All right, good morning, traders. Today is December 2nd, 2024. Rabbit, good morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. Appreciate everybody subscribing to the YouTube, the Facebook, leaving the kind comments. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, this morning, my SPY pivot is 599.27. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY closed on Friday with 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. SPY, Diamond Dow, T2123 made new all-time highs on Friday. All of the Fab 5 are still in daily uptrends. FNGU and QQQ made higher highs and higher lows, closing over bullish traps over their 17 EMAs. IWM made an inside day, closing above a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Gold in a downtrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. And silver in a downtrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing inside a bearish trap under the 17. UNG in an uptrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap above the 17 EMA. Let me just say UNG kind of holding that higher ground up there. It's looking interesting. Nice little pullback, looking for the bulls to step in, take it up higher. USO in an uptrend made a higher high and a higher low, closing under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closed near the 105.74 area. US dollar currently backing off of a 23-month high. All right, let's go take a look at some charts this morning. First chart we'll look at, we'll take a look at SPY. All right, so you can see here SPY made a new all-time high on Friday, closing up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP, closing up in quadrant 4. Both of those are bullish, closing over the bullish trap. That's bullish, closing over the 17 EMA. Rising 17 EMA, that's also bullish. So SPY still in bull mode, making new all-time highs. On the 10-minute chart, we had a just squeaked out a 10-minute uptrend coming into the close on Friday. We closed early on Friday, I believe. I think it was like 1:30 or 1 o'clock. All right, so there's the 10-minute chart. Take a look at the 2-hour chart. All right, 2-hour chart, we still have a 2-hour uptrend. Okay, SPY is in bull mode. Again, making new all-time highs. Let's take a look at the pivot this morning. Okay, the pivot is at, let's just delete this. Let's get this out of here. And let's put the pivot in. The pivot is 599.27. So it's just a little bit higher here. So let's crank that up a little bit more. And then we'll go down to the 10-minute chart and find our bullish entries. I think that's about it right there. All right, let's take a look at the 10-minute chart. And here's the pivot. So we're looking for green erases red. All right, so we already have a 10-minute uptrend. So all we would need this morning is a green candle that's not a doji, that's not a topping tail candle, that's not followed by like bearish engulfing to enter into this trade. SPY in an uptrend looking to go higher. So I'm looking for a green candle over that. So first entry for SPY would be taking out this red candle right there. That'd be 603.18. All right, so 603.18 green candle with the bulls in it. All right, that's an entry for SPY this morning. All right, for the bears. All right, so we'd look for green, red erases green, and that would happen right about there, okay? About 598.29. So 528.29 would be 598.29 would be our bearish entry. You can wait a little bit. That's kind of an aggressive one. You can wait until all of this is erased, and this would be a much better entry. Underneath here, 597.51, but I'm going to put in the aggressive one right about there. So if we get below that, I think the bears are probably going to come down and visit this prior all-time high anchored VWAP right there. All right, so there we are with SPY. So you got your bullish entry, 603.18. Your bearish entry, all right, about 698.25. And let's go take a look at the MMRP on the daily pattern. All right, let's open this up a little bit so we can get a good view of what's going on and try to hit a cleaner chart here. Okay, so we had, and let me get my drawing tools out. All right, so we'll start off with the green, and we'll start off right here. We want the box. Okay, igniting move. 1, 2, 3, 4 candle igniting move right there. Oh, it's going to be difficult for me. All right, hold on just a second. Let me start up the drawing tools one more time. And here we go again. So we got this 4 candle igniting move. We got a 3 candle pause. Oh, excuse me, a 4 candle pause and a 4 candle check of support. So here is our igniting move right here. There is our 4 candle igniting move. Then we have a 4 candle pause right there. So igniting, pause, 4 candle check of support. Okay, now we want price advancement moves. Okay, so we're going to look for 4 days up. All right, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is the first price advancement move right there. Okay, so now this is also 4 days up because we had a holiday in there. All right, so this will be the next 4 days up. And we're looking for price action to make a higher low and a higher high. All right, so this will be the next 4 days up. Okay, remember we took a day off, so it's going to continue. This one's only going to be 3 candles. All right, and you can see already we made the higher low and the higher high. All right, so then after today, we're looking for another group of 4 candles to make a higher low and an even higher high. Okay, so that is our MMRP bullish pattern on the SPY playing out right now. This candle, all right, this move has already been made. It's already been complete. Price action could waffle between that low and that high. Could even make a lower low and still remain intact. If it breaks this low right here, okay, the pattern's broken. If it breaks below that low, pattern's going to be broken. All right, so today's the last day of the second price advancement move. You can see we're already up there attacking the new all-time highs. Okay, so there's our bullish MMRP pattern playing out very nicely. Again, making those price advancement moves, higher low, higher high. Now, price advancement moves. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. I usually only count on 3. Nothing says we can't get 4, 5, and 6. All right, there's times it does just continue on and do 4, 5, and 6. So we'll see what happens. All right, but as soon as one of these lows is taken out, so imagine tomorrow. If tomorrow's candle takes out this low, then the pattern's broken. All right, if they take out this low for this pattern area right here. All right, so there's the MMRP on the SPY. All right, so we got a good idea what's going on. We got a good idea where SPY's going. It's going higher. I'm looking for 620. I'm looking for probably an exhaustion candle in 620. We'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look at some other indexes. All right, let's start off with QQQ. All right, so here we are with QQQ up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Price action for Friday is a higher low, higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. That's bullish. Closing over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP, also bullish. Closing over the trap, bullish. Closing over the 17, bullish. Closing over Quadrant closing up in quadrant 4, also bullish. Everything still bullish about QQQ and SPY. Things are not broken. Things are working good. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU closing in quadrant 4, closing over the bullish, over the trap, closing over the 17, closing up over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything still bullish for FNGU. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow put in a new all-time high on Friday. Enough said. You don't need to say anything else. If it's putting in new all-time highs, it's probably up in quadrant 4, probably up over the all-time high anchored VWAP, probably up over the trap, and probably up over the 17 EMA if it's making new all-time highs. And Diamond Dow made a new all-time high on Friday. Let's take a look at IWM. Here's IWM putting in an inside day. That's a lower high, higher low, closing over the trap, over the 17, in the quadrant 4, over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Okay, everything bullish about IWM. All right, so there's the Fab 5 right there. All of them in daily uptrends, all in bull mode. Okay, there's no signs of turning around or resting right now. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. Start off with T2123. Okay, and the bulls just parked and camped out inside the bears buy zone right here. Made them uncomfortable all day long. All right, so there's Friday's price action hanging out right in here, making a little higher low, looking for the higher high back into the overbought zone. We got Cyber Monday today, so could be interesting. I expect all good news. We'll see what happens. T2123. Hey, guess what? New all-time high on Friday for T2123. Moving up nicely. Lots of space between the rising 200 SMA and the price action. Everything looking good. On the 15-minute T2123. On the 3-bar, more space opening up between price action and the 200 SMA down here. Closing up in quadrant 4, closing over the trap, over the 17, closing up over our rising 200 SMA. Okay, T2123 again, new all-time highs on Friday. FNGU for Friday's price action started out green, and they rode that green wave all the way to the end of the day, closing up over this 15-minute 200 SMA. Nice move for FNGU. Nice recovery from this dip down. Notice they make a higher low, looking for a higher high. All right, so FNGU also in bull mode. All right, let's go back and take a look at some of our sectors. We'll start off with precious metals. All right, so precious metals. We'll start off with gold. Gold's in a downtrend. Now, the reason gold's in a downtrend is because they broke this low right here. If they happen to take out this high, they'll be in an uptrend, but they're in a downtrend right now. Price action for gold yesterday got a higher low, higher high, closing over bullish trap or bullish cross up over the 17 EMA. In a downtrend, but moving up. I don't mind that at all. All right, let's take a look at SLV. Silver also in a downtrend since they broke this low right here. Price action for silver pretty much the same as gold. Higher low, higher high. Difference is they closed inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Gold closed over. So this is a little bit different. Silver showing a little bit of weakness this morning. Let's take a look at UNG. UNG is in an uptrend. Friday's price action, higher low, higher high. Closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Nice pullback for UNG. Looks interesting right around here. Looking for them to start a trend line. Put in the next higher low and then move back up and challenge those highs. UNG in an uptrend. Currently in that pullback right now. Okay. Let's take a look at USO. USO is in an uptrend as well. Got a nice little wedge consolidation going on. Let's take a look at that. All right, you can see here's a wedge to the downside, even bigger wedge right there, and a wedge to the upside. All right, eventually this is going to get pinched like a wet watermelon seed and go squirting out either one way or the other. Could go up this way or could go down this way. We'll see what happens, all right? Currently, that's in a consolidation wedge. Also in an uptrend, so we'll see what they want to do. All right, you can see price action for Friday. Again, you got higher low, higher high, but closing below the trap and below the 17 EMA. So USO in an uptrend. Let's take a look at a few sectors. Start off with XLI. All right, XLI on not Thursday, but Wednesday made a new all-time high right there. See that? Wednesday, they made a new all-time high. Friday, okay, they came up a little bit short to making a new all-time high, but nice closing up over quadrant. See that? Closing up over the bullish trap, up over the 17 EMA. I got tongue-tied there for a minute. Okay, so those two are bullish, closing up in quadrant 4 over the all-time high, prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything's still looking very bullish for industrial sector. XLU, kind of the same deal. All right, closing up over, is this today's candle? Yep. All right, closing up over the trap, over the rising 17, up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, up in quadrant 4. Everything looking great for XLU. Again, XLU was another one just like XLI, putting in a new all-time high on Wednesday. See right there? All right, so there's XLU. Let's take a look at XLE. All right, here's our energy sector. Price action for closing up in quadrant 4. That's bullish. Closing, let's see what we got here. So closing over bullish trap or bullish cross right there, also bullish. Over the rising 17, that's bullish. Up over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, also bullish on XLE. Looking like it was going to challenge this breakdown candle high and put in a new high. We'll see what they want to do. Price action closing in quadrant 4. Everything's still bullish on the energy sector. Let's take a look at XLU. Okay, XLU, I think I did this one. I'm not sure, but lower high, lower low, closing over the trap, over the rising 17, over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP, and up in quadrant 4. Everything's still bullish on the utility sector. Let's take a look at XRT. Okay, here's our retail sector. Moving up, holding the higher ground. Very bullish up there. That's the kind of price action I like to find. Moving up, holding the higher ground. Breaking out over this 10-month consolidation right here. There's our breakout move right there. Closing up in quadrant 4. Okay, closing up over the trap, over the 17. Everything looking great on the retail sector. It's closing up over an all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, let's take a look at IYT. All right, so here's our, let's take a look at XLF. Okay, try it one more time. All right, XLF on Friday. Okay, we made lower high and you had kind of inside day. But I'll look on Wednesday, right here, this is Wednesday's price action. New all-time high made on XLF. Friday was an inside day, a little bit of rest. XLF in bull mode. Closing over the trap, over the 17, over a prior all-time high anchored VWAP. Everything's still bullish for XLF. All right, let's take a look at IYT. Transports. So here we are, nice move on Friday. Okay, new all-time high for the transports made on Friday. It's a higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the 17 and up over prior all-time high anchored VWAP. All right, everything bullish on IYT. Everything looking good. Let's take a look at, well, that's it. Let's go take a look at our economics package. Just want to reiterate, you've got the transports are making new all-time highs. You get the financials are making new all-time highs. Industrials are making new all-time highs. Retail sector making new 2-year highs, 2.5-year highs. All right, so that's in bull mode. Everything seems to be in bull mode. Even the utilities are in bull modes. Not sure where consumer defense is, but I'll take a look at it sometime tomorrow, hopefully. All right, so there is transports, financials, and let's take a look at our XLK. Okay, XLK closing up in quadrant 4 over the trap, over the 17 on Friday, over the all-time high anchored VWAP. XLK, that's our technology sector, is in bull mode. All right, everything looking good on XLK. Nice move up, hold that higher ground. Let's take a look at SMH. SMH is in a downtrend. The reason they're in a downtrend, because they broke that low. Now, they went off Wednesday and broke that low. So they just seem to keep melting away here. Okay, XRT is in a downtrend. Bullish, the only thing bullish right now, closing over the prior all-time high anchored VWAP right there, and closing up over inside a bearish trap. All right, like to see it up over the 17. Closing underneath, closing inside the bearish trap could also be an argument for the bears in the fact that it's in a downtrend. Closing under the 17 in a downtrend. So SMH, semiconductors, not doing too well these last 2 weeks. You can see here's price action for the last week, third short week, and the week before. Okay, so not much positive or bullish price action in the SMH, although the XLK is doing really well. So let's take a look at our economics package and see what we get here. All right, on the economics package for this morning, what do we got here? We got PMI manufacturing final, comes out at 945. ISM manufacturing index comes out at 10. We got construction spending, comes out at 10. Couple of Fed speakers, all in all, pretty light day there. Keep an eye on. No, I don't think anything there is going to disrupt the day. Tuesday, what do we got? We got motor vehicle sales. That's coming out Tuesday morning. JOLTS comes out at 10. Got a couple of Fed speakers and nothing really to disrupt the bull mode on that day. Wednesday, what do we have on Wednesday? We got MBA mortgage applications coming out at 7. ADP employment report, 8:15. Got a Fed speaker at 8:45. PMI composite final, 9:45. Factory orders at 10. ISM services index also at 10. Petroleum report, 10:30. And Mr. Powell's going to speak at 1:45. And then the beige book comes out at 2 p.m. Hit up Thursday, and what do we got on Thursday? We got international trade and goods coming out at 8:30. Jobless claims coming out at 8:30. I'm not really worried about the jobless claims because it's seasonal. They're going to need a lot of extra help, so the hiring's already going on. So I don't think jobless claims are going to come play into effect, at least for a couple months. All right, so we'll see what happens. For the rest of the day, not much happening there. On Friday, not much happening there. All right, so really light week for the economic calendar. So if the bulls want to make a run for it, I don't see anything in their way on the economic calendar. Let's take a look at Max Pain for today. All right, so Max Pain for today, 602. I think we're already there. Put to call ratio, 1 3/4 puts to each call that expired today. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's take a look at the dollar index. All right, dollar index making higher lows and higher highs. Currently into resistance. Price action for yesterday, you can see pulling off of those 2-year highs made right there. So there's price action, even though it's in a downtrend, kind of pulling back to trend right there yesterday evening or sometime today right there. So U.S. dollar index still in an uptrend. All right, I'll take questions in the room. If there's no questions, big report on Friday, non-farm payroll, big report. Could be employment situation at 8:30. Is that the non-farm payroll? They keep changing the names. Yeah, okay, thank you, Rickster. So non-farm payroll coming out at 8:30. I don't really see a main event this week. Everything's kind of like a really light week, other than Mr. Powell speaking at 1:45 on Wednesday. Okay, that'd probably be my main event for this week for the economic calendar. I'd want to be ready for that. 8:30 on Wednesday. 1:45 on Wednesday. Mr. Powell's going to speak. Okay, take any questions in the room. If not, I'm going to render my video and try to come up with a game plan. Pretty much did earlier. I just need to copy it down and post it. All right. You're looking to short. I don't see any reason to short yet. I could understand maybe a bear call spread, but it'd have to be way up out of there. These SPY MMRP is still playing out nice and strong. So I don't see a reason to short yet. Well, not SPY anyways. Yeah. Put in gold short. Yeah, I could agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. Gold's in a downtrend. All right, traders, I'll see you guys in 45 minutes, and we'll get the game plan posted up there. See if we can make some money this morning, all right?